Alright folks, hope you're doing well. Just got back from walkies with Bambini. Good walkies. I actually bumped into a couple of people. One of them was very drunk. Couldn't have been much older than 18, but we were talking football. He asked me about which team I support, so I said United. Well, I said it used to be United. He said, what do you think about Greenwood? And the bloke said, he's sorry about the issue with Greenwood because, you can't play football now. I said, well, yeah, they should be able to play football now because, he wasn't found guilty. So, okay. Let's think about that. Will you play football again for United? It's a good question, but for my answer, it should be yes. Obviously, because if he was not found guilty, then basically he was found not guilty. Because there's two options there. Innocent or guilty. He wasn't found guilty, so therefore innocent. That's the point. If you're found guilty, then you're guilty. But if you're not found guilty, then you're innocent. Basically, you're found not guilty. Because, if the police basically charged him, as I said before, the police charge people a lot of times when they're not guilty. Because they hope that the fear will be in that person. And that person will change their pleas to say guilty. And then basically, then the police don't need any proof at all. Because it's over. The person is guilty, so there you go. There's no trial. So the police's job is done for that crime. Even though the person is not guilty at all. It doesn't matter. They can say it's a result for them. That crime is sorted now. Even though it's not. It doesn't really matter because if people believe that person is guilty, that's good enough for the police. Really? Yeah. That is the point. I mean, that's why I've said all along you can't trust the police, because you can't trust the police. I'm not taking it by personal experience. I'm taking it by experience of on record. And by anyone I've spoken to about the police, they've always said the same. People that have had small dealings or big dealings with the police or no dealings at all, but just heard from other people. Is that generally speaking, even from experts, even from solicitors, even from ex-police officers, they've all said you cannot trust the police. The police are trained to get a guilty verdict. They don't care whether you're guilty or innocent. Particularly, it's not their job to care about that. Their job is about, basically, there's a crime, and then their job is to find a person that can say guilty. Most people will say, hopefully they're right. They can find the right person. But okay. Yeah. So hopefully for Greenwood, he will play football again for Man United because, I think United should basically say, well, actually, he wasn't found guilty. They had to drop the charges because they had no proof. So there you go. If there's no proof, then obviously he's not guilty. We can't stop him playing because there's no proof of him doing it. Well, as I said before, now if a woman says, a man did that, people believe that woman, even though she could be lying. So therefore, there has to be proof. If there's no proof, then you can't believe anyone. Just because it's a woman saying it doesn't mean it's truth. Well, it doesn't. But when there's actually proof, then okay. Otherwise, it's her saying he did it, and him saying, no, I didn't. And basically, the jury will believe who? And that's the point, isn't it, really? It's about the lawyers and the best lawyer that they have. And probably Greenwood had the best lawyer. Probably, yeah. He had money. Yeah. But also, the woman's dad said, basically, it's not true. What people were thinking about him, it's not true. Yeah. The dad of that woman says, basically, it's not true. So therefore, should the police charge him at that time after her father said it's not true? No, they shouldn't have charged him because there was no proof, and basically her father was saying she was lying, basically. Pretty much, yeah. He didn't actually say she was lying, but basically what he was saying is, that Greenwood is a good boy, and they like him, and they don't believe what people think about him. They know it's wrong, and he's not like that. That's what he said. So therefore, obviously, the police shouldn't have charged him. But as I say, they do. Because especially for that sort of thing, because, if you go to jail about that sort of thing, people want to hurt you and want to beat you up. People in jail want to hurt you. If you've been, abusing women, that sort of thing, they want to hurt you. So therefore, there's fear in people about what will happen. Because obviously they could be in jail for 5 years or 6 years or more time than that 10 years. And basically their life is gone if they're found guilty. But if they say guilty before that, then maybe they would be in jail for 2 years. And then maybe there's a chance of them having a life after that. And that's what the police know. They know that people were thinking that. Because basically they tell people that. If you say guilty now, we can help you. And you'll be in jail for a few years, but that's all. If you're found guilty in the court, it could be 10 years. Why are they telling people that? Because they hope the person will basically change their plea. Even if that person is not guilty. And that's the point, really. Because if someone is really guilty, then don't tell them. If they say guilty, it's only 2 years. Because basically, if they're really guilty, they should be in jail for 10 years. Shouldn't they? Really? Obviously. The only reason they tell people is because they know that person is probably not guilty. Or possibly. Yeah. So therefore, yeah, it's easier for everyone if that person pleads guilty. Especially the police, because, yeah, if they say not guilty, the police have to work and work and work and work and work. Yeah. To get proof. Yeah. And that's the biggest reason why they do it. Well, they want to put fear in the person to change their plea, because then they don't have to work. Well, think about it. If you have a job, but if you put fear in someone, then your job is done, and you've got all the money for that job, and you can do that every week. Brilliant. Most people will say, absolutely brilliant, yeah. I can go home, the job is done. Yeah. Because I put fear in someone, and then the job is done. So, yeah, I don't need to work now. Fantastic. Yeah. And if I want another position in that career, then that's even better. Even better. Because, yeah, if people look at my career, they say, okay, you charge that person, and that person was guilty. You charge that person was guilty. You charge that person is guilty. So you do it 10 times, and everyone says guilty. They change their plea. Well done. Even if those people are not guilty at all. Well done. Yeah. Yeah. It isn't good in any way, shape or form. It really isn't. No. To me, it should be, if they charge you, then you should have your time in court. If the person in charge of the court thinks the police were completely wrong, then basically he could charge them for basically wasting their time, and and basically saying nasty things about you. That'd be good. That would actually stop the police charging people when those people are not guilty. Yeah, there would be a bit bit of fear on them about charging the wrong people, wouldn't they? But yeah, sorry, that won't happen. So yeah, people need to know that the police charge people for no reason, quite a lot. Well, with no proof. If there's no proof, then there's no reason to charge someone if there's no proof. But they do it all the time. Yeah. So there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Have a wonderful day tomorrow, and be blessed. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.